Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Devi Daly Yoga, and welcome to this Yin-Yang flow. We'll be keeping everything low to the ground today, either seated, kneeling, or lying down. We'll move slowly and mindfully through a sequence of long-held yin stretches mixed with vinyasa and qigong-like movements. To begin, come into seiza, sit on your heels, and open your knees wide. You could also sit on a block here. We'll begin some easy neck rolls. Drop your chin towards your chest and roll the head around to the right. Bring it all the way around and keep going in this direction. And go ahead and let the shoulders go with your head, so no need to stay stiff in the shoulders. Last time around, and then just change the direction of your circles. Feeling neck, shoulders, upper spine. And one more time all the way around. And as the head comes back to center, lift the head back up on top of the spine. And draw your knees together to come into 4-part Taoist breath. Arms at your sides, circle the arms around and up over the head. Turn the palms to face down, drawing the energy down to the heart, and press outward, palms open. Now bow forward, hands a couple inches above the earth as you bring them around to the front. Round the spine to lift up. Arms overhead, and now guiding the energy down through the head, through the heart, and to the belly. Begin again. Inhale, circling. And exhale, hands come down to the heart level and press outward. Bow forward, collecting from the earth yin energy through the hands and drawing it up over the head. Inhaling. Palms face down to guide the energy through the body, all the way to the belly. And one last time, inhale. And exhale, drawing the energy down into the heart, pressing out and open from the heart. Bow forward, connecting with the earth, round the spine to lift it up. And exhale, guiding slowly down, all the way to the belly. Release the arms to your sides. Come into Willows in the Wind. Take your left hand to the floor for a side bend. Right arm comes up and over. And now come into this funky move called a twisted child's pose. Left hand forward on the ground. Right hand comes through and under. Head comes to the ground, and your booty can lift up off your heels, stretching the upper back between the shoulder blades. Lift up now. Left hand plants a little farther back again as you reach up and back into a diagonal stretch. Now bring the spine upright again, draw the right arm all the way across to the left side, and bow the head over toward the left. Circle the arm all the way up and come into the side bend, beginning on the other side. Left arm up and over. Now your twisted child's pose, right hand forward on the ground, left arm dives through, head to the ground. And now come into the diagonal stretch. Left arm opens up and back. Left knee could lift up if you like. And now we'll take it across, left arm straight across the chest. Bow the head to the right side. Circle up and over, landing in the side stretch to the other side. Inhale here, and exhale as you dive it under twisted child's pose, rounding the spine. And now as you come up to the diagonal stretch, your left hand can come back to support you. Reach up and back with the right, and draw the right arm across the chest, bowing the head. All the way up and over, landing in the side stretch to the other side. Inhale here, and exhale as you dive it under twisted child's pose. Inhale, reach to the diagonal. And exhale, draw the arm across. Circling up and over, last time on each side. Side stretch, inhale. Exhale, twisted child. Inhale, diagonal reach. Exhale, draw the arm across, bow the head. And a circle all the way up and over. Inhale, side stretch. Exhale, diving under. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, draw the arm across. Coming all the way back to center now. Feel the spine upright at the center. Rest your hands on your legs. And now come onto hands and knees. Place your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips for torso circles. Take your hips and ribs to the right, and then back a bit, and then over to the left and forward. Keep going in this direction 2 more times. Take your time moving around. Last time around, and then we'll change the direction of the circles 3 times the other way. Feeling the spine stretching to either side, curving to either side. Next time you come back, settle all the way back into child's pose and rest here for 1 full minute. Inhale into your back body and exhale, softening down through the hands, forearms, forehead, and the front of your shins and ankles. Noticing the energy in your body now after doing these yang warm-ups, these qigong-inspired energy moving flows. Breathing in and out of your back body, in and out of your spine. Slowly come up from child's pose now. Taking it into puppy pose, walk the hands forward a few inches and settle your hips back, settle your chest toward the earth. Let your forehead rest on the earth. Breathing and resting here for 1.5 minutes. See if you can feel your spine settling into your body as you feel this stretch of the armpits, the sides of the ribs, the front of the chest, and inhaling your breath as you exhale, softening down through the head, through the chest. Inhale and exhale. Breathe into your spine, and as you exhale, lift your chest a bit just to slide the right arm under, threading it through for thread the needle. Lengthen the right side of your neck, and now take the left leg out to the side, tuck the toes like it's a kickstand, and tuck the head farther through. Roll the weight more toward the back of the right shoulder, getting a stretch in the trapezius, so the upper part of the back, the base of the neck. Breathing into what you feel. If this pose is too much for you, you could choose to keep both knees on the floor, or you could also use a block or a cushion under your head. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in and exhale, softening into the shape. See if you can feel how this is kind of like a one-sided forward bend with a little bit of a twist, focusing on the upper body. Slowly releasing, taking the left knee in Coming back to the center. Feel the spine at center as you stretch back into puppy and then slide the left arm under the right, twisting to bring the left ear to the floor. Taking the right foot out to the side like a kickstand, rolling panda second side, adjusting to get your head farther through to get the left shoulder under you. Finding that stretch in the upper back, base of the neck. Feeling the sense of a forward bend here as you breathe into the stretch that you feel. And exhaling, seeing where you can soften. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly now unwinding from rolling panda. Making your way back to a centered spine, hands and knees, and settle your hips back into child's pose. Taking a 1-minute rebound here. Feeling the spine in this more rounded, centered position now after rolling panda, noticing what this is like. Noticing the energy on either side of your spine, on either side of your neck, your shoulders. Breathe wide into the ribs and breathe out from the ribs. Let's release child's pose now, slowly coming up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, come into our first downward dog. Lifting up through the sitting bones and bending one knee at a time, walking the legs out, pressing heel to the ground one at a time, stretching out the feet. And now open the legs as wide as your mat, taking this wide dog. Feeling the backs of the calves a little more, perhaps, in this variation. And now let's walk the feet forward toward the hands, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward bend, hanging, relaxing your head, letting the arms dangle, letting the weight of the head dangle. Feel this stretch in the back of the legs and the back of the spine. Any movements that feel good here, side to side. Feeling all the micro stretches that are available in the legs and in the back body. And now come to center for a halfway lift, hands on the shins, lengthen the chest forward, and release back down. Big step back now with your right leg to a lunge, and drop the knee, coming into a modified dragon flow, lifting the arms up over the head for crescent. Inhaling to a back bend, and now elbows bend out to either side, cactus arms, dragon wings. Arms come back behind you now, clasp the hands behind your back, open your chest, find even more back bend, stretching the front of the right hip, front of the right thigh. And now we'll take this left hand to the knee as we reach the right arm straight up. Inhale. And exhale, hand to the floor under the shoulder, walk the left foot out to the side and come into dragon twist. Tuck the back toes under and lift the left arm up. Opening the chest. Engaging the back right thigh, lifting it up toward the sky, lifting the left fingertips toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, releasing left hand down to the inside of the foot. Bring the back knee to the floor, coming to Gecko pose, down on the elbows. Option to use a block or two under the elbows or to stay up on straight arms. Resting here in this low lunge, feeling the effect that it's having on your body. What are you feeling in your pelvis? And are you feeling it more in the left hip or the right hip? Option to come on to the outside edge of the left foot and open the left knee out to the side if that feels good. Wherever you're feeling it, whatever sensation you're feeling, inhale, breathing right into it. And exhale, softening, relaxing the pelvic bowl, the right hip, left hip. Slowly rising up from Gecko now, bringing the hands to frame the front foot. 4, half monkey pose. We're going to lengthen the front leg, draw the hip back, draw the left toes back. Cushion the back knee with a blanket if you need some padding here. And bow forward, stretching the back of the hamstrings, left thigh, lower back, the entire length of the spine, allowing the shoulders and the head to relax here. Taking this yin style, so no need to reach forward with the chest or anything. Just soften down and focus on the back body stretch. Take a deep breath into the whole back body and exhale from the back body, softening and relaxing. Slowly coming up now from this half monkey pose and shifting forward onto the front foot, tuck the back toes and step back to plank pose, shoulders lining up over the wrists. And now drop the knees and come all the way down onto the belly for 3 rounds of cobra pose. Move with your breath. Inhale, rise up. You can decide how high to come here and just roll it back down, tap the forehead to the earth and lift it up again. Exhale back down. Lift it up one last time. And exhale back down. Lift your hips up and back and come into downward dog. Tucking the toes, lifting up the hips. And feeling the back of the legs stretching. Any movement that feels good here. After that first side, we're going to come into the second side now. Right foot steps forward. Come into your crescent lunge, arms sweep up. Inhaling and then open the arms out into dragon wings. Nice open chest here. And open the hands out to either side, clasping them behind your back. Open up the chest. Inhale. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Right hand to the knee, left hand to the floor. Turning into your twist. And tucking the back toes under, lifting up to the full dragon twist. Right arm reaches up, right fingertips to the sky, left thigh lifting up, engaging. Inhale, deep breath here. And exhale, taking the right hand down to the inside of the foot. Setting up for Gecko, drop the back knee. You could stay on straight arms or come down on the elbows. Walking the right foot out to the right edge of the mat or whatever distance feels right for you here. You can play around with that and we'll feel the stretch now in both hips, right hip and left hip, and see if you can feel the difference in what the sensations are between the two hips here. As we bring this deep stretch into the pelvis, gently pulling the two sides of the pelvis in different directions, stimulating the energy right at the core of our being. Take a deep breath into this sensation. Exhale and soften here. And slowly now lifting up from Gecko, making your transition into a half split, half monkey pose. Draw the hips back, straighten the front leg as much as you can comfortably. Blocks under the hands are always an option here as we bow forward over the front leg. Softening through the head and the shoulders. And feeling the stretch in the back of your right leg. Feel deep into the hamstrings, into the back of the thigh. Taking a deep breath in to the whole back of the body. And exhale. Slowly now releasing this half monkey pose and step back to plank pose. Inhale here. And exhale, drop the knees and come all the way down onto the belly, preparing for seal pose. We're going to take the hands pretty far forward today for a not super intense angle of seal. If you need less intensity, you'll walk your hands even farther forward. If you want more intensity, you'll walk the hands farther back toward your body. Legs can be as wide as your mat or whatever distance between the legs is comfortable. Usually bringing them closer together makes this pose more intense, and opening them wider apart makes it a little bit easier. And once you've found your angles, keeping in mind that if it's too intense, you can always come down onto the elbows and hold a Sphinx pose instead. And as you find your body in whatever back bend shape it has ended up in, take a deep breath into the body, into the spine. As you exhale, softening through the front of your hips, the front of your pelvis, and your lower back. Breathing in, breathing out. Releasing seal pose now to come all the way onto the belly and press the hips up and back, slowly moving into child's pose. And rest here, feeling the opposite stretch on the spine from seal. Deep breath into the back body, into the length in the back of the spine. Exhale, feeling the spine softening. Slowly now lifting up from child's pose. And come all the way up onto the knees, standing on the knees for camel pose. Hands to the lower back, lifting the chest and coming back. Or exploring bringing the hands back to the heels. We'll hold this as a 1-minute yin pose today. And it's a pretty intense pose to have as a yin pose, so be sure to put your hands on your lower back and take that milder version if this is too much to have the hands on the heels. And finding the opening here, seeing where your body can soften. Feeling this yin opening of the front body. Breathing into the front body. Breathing into the sensations in the lower back and the sacrum. And slowly now rising up from your 1-minute camel. Well done. Moving slowly now to sit on top of the heels once again. Sitting on a block or a cushion instead if you prefer. And bring the arms out to the sides for finger fans. Curl the fingers in one at a time. Pinkies first, thumbs last. Bend the wrists, bend the elbows, and cross the hands behind the head. As you press your hands forward, open palms. Turn the palms up, pinkies first, thumbs last, curling in, bending wrists, elbows, hands crossed behind the head, and press out to either side. Again, palms up, curl the fingers in, bend the wrists, the elbows, cross the hands, and press the hands forward. Strong arms for this move. We'll curl the hands up, curl the fingers in, bending the joints in and pressing out to either side. Once more in each direction, palms up, curling in, thumbs last, cross behind the head, press the arms forward. Palms up, curling in, cross hands behind the head, press out to either side. Release the hands to your sides now. Come into a seated position. For Dragonfly pose, sit with wide legs, cushion under the seat if you'd like. and come forward between the legs. Your hands could come to the floor in front of you. Your elbows could rest on blocks, or you could use any other props to rest your arms or your chest or your forehead. Stretching into the inner thighs and also the backs of the legs. And in the shape that you're in, draw your breath in nice and deep to fill the whole body. And as you exhale, softening, relaxing into the position. Inhale. Exhale. Allowing gravity to do the work here. Allowing yourself to simply be. We'll shift now to a side stretch from this position, reaching over your right leg. For reaching Dragonfly, hands could be on the leg. You could bend this back leg in if it feels better, or keep it extended out. And now the left hand can come to the foot, the ankle, maybe the outside edge of the foot, whatever kind of clasp works for you here, or no clasp at all. Just let the arms relax, hands on the floor. Feeling this side body stretch, this length along the left side of the torso as you stretch a little more directly into the hamstrings now. Noticing where you feel the sensations in your body. Everyone experiences these poses differently. Whatever it is that you're sensing, take a deep breath and exhale, being right here. Slowly release and slowly walk the hands over to the opposite side. Reaching Dragonfly over the left leg. Option to bend the back foot in or to keep it extended. Inhale and exhale, bringing the right hand wherever's comfortable, maybe the outside of the calf or foot. Maybe just resting both hands on the floor or on the leg somewhere. Finding your comfort here. Inhaling into the body. Exhaling, softening the back of the left leg, back of the torso. Softening and relaxing your spine. Breathe steady. Breathe easy breaths. Slowly releasing, reaching Dragonfly to come up to center. And make your way onto your back, drawing the legs together, slowly moving down to hug your knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs and gently rock side to side. Feel yourself arriving on the floor here. Release the legs now, extend them long down the mat and interlace the fingers, pressing the palms up and away. Inhale deep and exhale, bend the right knee, hug it in with interlaced fingers clasped around the knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And finding half happy baby pose, taking the right hand to the foot, turn the sole of the foot up to the sky. Breathe here. Option to extend the right leg, pressing into the heel, moving the leg to whatever angle feels good, or keep it bent. Finding stillness and breathing. Inhale. As you exhale, release into figure 4. Bend the left knee up to catch the right ankle, clasp behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Use a cushion under your head to make this more comfortable if you'd like. And shift your hips side to side, shift the legs. This whole unit of the legs can go right or left till you find the stretch that feels good. And what we're looking to feel is a stretch in the right glutes. And once you've found the position you want to rest in, settling into stillness. Breathing in. Breathing out. Welcoming the sensations of stretch. Welcoming the energy that's moving through your body right now. Welcoming all parts of your experience on your mat today. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release figure 4. Extend the left leg long down the mat. We're moving to a twist now. Keep the right foot on the knee as you shift your hips toward the right a few inches and then cross the knee over to the opposite side. Stretching the left arm out to the left side, right arm out to the right side, or you could use your left hand on the outside of the knee to anchor it down. Modify this however you'd like, a bolster under the knee or a cushion, or bend both knees up so that the right knee can support the left. Finding the twist in the spine here, and finding your breath. Allowing yourself to surrender into the support of the floor beneath you as you take this shape. Untwisting now. As the leg comes back up to center, straighten out your hips and shoulders on your mat. Lengthen the legs long, interlace the fingers and press the palms up and away. Inhale, full body stretch. And exhale, bend the left knee in, clasp the fingers around the knee. Hugging the knee in and breathing here into the belly, into the place where the left thigh is compressing the belly. Finding half happy baby pose now. Left hand finding the left foot, turning the sole of the foot up to the sky. And exploring your angles here. Straighten the leg if it feels good or keep the knee bent. Noticing the sensations that you're having deep in the pelvis now. Deep in the hips. Taking a deep breath into the center of the pelvis. And exhale, softening left hip, left leg, left lower back. Slowly now release half happy baby to come into figure 4. Bend the right knee up to hold the left ankle, clasp behind the thigh or in front of the shin of your right leg. Finding the stretch in the left glutes here. Breathing into the left outer hip. finding stillness and rest in your body in this moment. See if you can breathe into any remaining tension that you're feeling and soften it a little bit with your exhale. Slowly release figure 4. Extend the right leg long down the mat. Shift your hips to the left a couple inches for the spinal twist. Knee crosses over to the right side. Left arm extends out to the left side. Right hand can come down onto the knee, or it can reach out to match the left. Adjusting with the legs as you need to, any props you need, or choosing to bend both knees instead of just the one. Any final adjustments to really let yourself sink into the support of the floor, surrender into this support, allowing yourself to simply be here. No need to be working hard or accomplishing anything. Spending this time with yourself, creating sensation in the body. Breathing into the body. Slowly releasing the twist. Bring the knee back to center and straighten out the hips and shoulders. And now hug both knees into the chest, clasping around the knees. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head up towards your knees and squeeze into a ball. And come into happy baby pose, holding the bottoms of both feet this time, resting the head back down on the floor or on a cushion. And make any movements that feel good here in happy baby pose. Straighten the legs if it feels good. Keep them bent if it feels good. Lift up and back into snail if you like. Feeling this symmetrical stretch on the spine. It might be good to roll side to side. See what feels good. This is our last posture. Inhale. Exhale and release the legs to make your way into a resting position on your back for star pose. Our nice, generous yin version of Savasana, spreading the arms and legs out as much as you'd like. Claiming your place on the ground and letting the energy flow freely and easily through your shoulders, your hips, your arms, your legs. Letting the energy flow freely and easily through your spine. And as this energy that's been stirred and awakened during this practice circulates through the body, healing, repairing, rejuvenating, and energizing your body where it's needed. The brain and the mind relax. The face is soft and easy. Even your scalp relaxes, all of the roots of your hairs. The eyes soften. The nose. The tongue. The entire body from the head down to the toes. Completely open, spacious, and relaxed. Feel the breath gently coming into the body. And feel the body gently exhaling. Take a deeper breath into the belly and into the heart. As you exhale, gently stretch out into the arms and legs, fingers and toes. Stretch now in any way that feels good as we prepare to come up to a seated position. Bend your knees, and when you're ready, roll onto the side and make your way up. Sit cross legs or any way that's comfortable. Use a cushion under your seat if you'd like. Taking this time to sit quietly with yourself at the close of this practice, feeling what's happening in the body now that the spine is upright. After all the ways that the body has stretched and strengthened and moved energy, and all the ways we've released tension to make space to connect with what's inside. And as you feel into this space inside, take a deep breath right into it to fill the space around your heart. Exhale, softening around your heart. Noticing what's here. After a deep practice like this, the mind is more naturally calm. and the body welcomes this stillness. The energies that have been awakened and the sensations they've created become a magnet for the mind. And all you need to do in this moment is to dwell in this space. The space that's inside, the space that's around you, the space in the brain and the space in the heart. The energies that have been awakened and the sensations they've created become a magnet for the mind. And all you need to do in this moment is to dwell in this space. The space that's inside, the space that's around you, the space in the brain and the space in the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Preparing now to transition into the rest of your day. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. And transitioning in your own time, in your own way, letting the eyes open when you're ready. If you would like to learn more about this approach to Yin and Yang Yoga, download my free Yin guidebook. There is a link to that down below. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. I'll see you next time.